Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen with a summary of the Calling All Devs information from the 7th of May 2018 called Everything Flight Control and More. Weapons 2.0 is a refactor of both FPS and ship weapons to the new 2.0 item system. This makes it more efficient, easier to mod, the items are customizable, and it falls in line with the current tech and stuff they want in-game. The system also allows them to make many more weapons much more easily through a unified system. All of these features, such as fire modes, damage types, all the other features that other weapons have previously had, are available for them to use for other weapons without additional code support. So if they set up bullet drop, if they set up particular types of weapon damage, or how a weapon is supposed to behave, then any other type of weapon that's similar to that can then be used very quickly and easily, or be made out quickly and easily with that system, rather than having to make each weapon bespoke and separately. The new system allows them to do live tweaks, so they can edit things like weapon recoil while playing. They are also looking at making FPS weapons more punchy, and weapons are going to be fully modifiable, allowing for attachments, which will be coming in a future patch. Things like silencers, compensators, different magazines, scopes, ammo type potentially. Your PMA, your personal manager app on your mobiGlas, will show physical and stats changes to your weapons as well once you're modding them. Weapons 2.0 with ships allows the weapons there to be tied directly into the heat and power systems. Previously, we've only had weapon on and off and weapon overheating at a very simple level. They can now look at the exact amount of power that a particular weapon is receiving, and this could affect its performance potentially. And the hotter a weapon is firing as well, the more damage it might do, or it might wear faster, and then you can have critical problems with those weapons. Some of this functionality may be seen with 3.2 in June, with the feature Item 2.0 Ship Systems and Weapons Power Allocation feature planned. So, the Galactopedia, it's likely you're going to be able to access a huge amount of in-game information and lore via the mobiGlas's Galactopedia, which is basically the history and encyclopedia of the Star Citizen universe in a diegetic, so in-game format. It's also probably going to be available online on a website as well. Implementation-wise, it's being worked on by Turbulent currently. Sherry Heiberg, the lore archivist for Star Citizen, would like the Arc, which is a basically in-lore, in-game repository of information, to be a visitable place in-game, and this would then be a combination of like a museum, but also you'd have access to the Galactopedia on a much grander stage there. Quantum travel intentions. So currently quantum travel is only blocked when you're trying to go to a place by a celestial body like planetoids, planets and moons, though also the system won't let you initiate quantum travel if there's something directly in front of you at a very short distance, though over like a medium distance you can still just quantum travel through asteroids and stuff like that. They are looking at having asteroids and other objects blocking quantum travel potentially in the future, or pulling you out of quantum travel. They are looking at a more efficient way of doing this than the current raycasting tech they have as well, because that can be quite resource intensive. Gravlev and Ifcs. So John Pritchett, who is the senior physics programmer at Star Citizen, he's been basically a featured celebrity over the last few days because he's been giving out a load of information about how the system works. So a lot of the information that he gave in Calling All Devs about Gravlev and Ifcs we've already covered in quite a lot of detail recently, but I will highlight some bits and pieces of the new info here, but also link to other videos I've done in more detail about that Gravlev and Ifcs information. The Hoverbike, so the Gravlev system, is broken in the live build of 3.1.3, the current build. The aim is to have that fixed and in a good state by 3.2, which is coming in June, though the current PTU 3.1.4 may improve that system heavily once it goes live. They're currently working on getting it working on high server loads, that Gravlev system, because most of the other stuff has already been fixed and done, and they are just awaiting issues that they have once servers are overloaded with people. Atmosphere and gravity will also affect Gravlev as part of its simulation model. They are working on the atmospheric flight model still. Currently, it just modifies your ship's thrusters. Gravity and atmosphere, however, will affect your ship as forces in the future that slow you down. Factors to consider as well are drag, air density, hull shape, and gravity, and they've talked about lift and stuff like that being part of the model in the future too. I suspect weather is going to be a combination of these factors, though weather might also have debuffs, for example, like a sandstorm partly clog your thrusters or vents or something, reducing the potential maneuverability you have. It could also damage the system as well if you stay in them for too long or whatever. VTOL thrusters specifically counteract gravity and are very suited to atmospheric flight. Ships without VTOL can still fly in atmosphere, but they have to expend more of their maneuvering thrust power out of their Z-axes, as well as more fuel to stay airborne. Also, thrusters will overheat through overstress, which will result in less maneuverability potentially, or critical failures of some systems, I suppose. And that's obviously going to be used a lot more if you're flying without VTOL, but still in atmosphere. Maneuvering thrusters are going to have two types of thrust: sustained for long periods and impulse for short bursts. The IFCS system from 3.0 till now has been drunk with many bugs and issues that weren't able to be addressed quickly, unfortunately. ESP was also heavily affected due to the IFCS problems. Expect much more responsive IFCS and ESP shortly between now, 3.14 and 3.2. Spectrum and general feedback on the systems really does help them design, implement, and iterate, as well as balance those systems, so keep on giving feedback. In the future, IFCS and Gravlev should be a universal framework that developers can add to and balance vehicles to their intended role very quickly and easily, and the simulation there should just work out what those ships and vehicles do. Please tell me what you think of the IFCS and Gravlev plans in the comments below. Are you excited to have weapon modding and attachments in-game? With quantum travel, do you think they should have objects midway through your quantum travel, like smaller asteroids, block your path or pull you out? Or do you think it's damaging to gameplay, as that potentially could take a bit of time to implement and use processing resources, and might not be fun to constantly get pulled out or to get randomly pulled out when you're like, well, it's just a tiny little asteroid? Every month we have a ship giveaway. This time for May, it's for a Tonkin Turtle, the Tumbrel Nova tank, and a Terrapin, donated by our spotlighted org, the Talons Outer Haven. They are a prominent Star Citizen roleplay organisation that is focused on exploration and kinship, as well as player character-driven lore. They also have their own roleplay-related internet radio station, which is a real radio station which you can listen to, which is called Radio Free Outer Haven. They are recruiting for those interested in roleplay and want to participate in the alpha testing and development of Star Citizen. Links below to their org and radio station. They are incredibly friendly. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that ship and vehicle bundle is be subscribed to my YouTube channel and then comment on any of my May YouTube videos throughout the month. Each video gives you another chance to win. For more information on anything we talked about, check the links down below. A special thank you to my Patreons and donators. Your support allows me to create the amount of focused content I do. Again, links to further support the channel are down below as well. Please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help me, as does your feedback. Please take care, guys, and I'll see you in the verse.